yeah, let's cool it down a little bit. Victor Osimhen missing that clash against he got picked up an injury against Rwanda, of course, so missed the clash against Zimbabwe. Now back for these two clashes and looking to try and get goals. Kicked away by Semi Ajayi. They got a big man in Adam Zakour, of course. He came on to replace Manuel Arakadari. The Wolverhampton Wanderers giant at 6'5", but Zakour's also big, 6'4" nearly. Just to give you an idea of, you know, the size. That's a great through ball. Victor Osimhen on his right foot gets the shot and gets the goal. Nigeria, within 3 minutes, have taken the lead. A solid, slick through ball and a fantastic finish from the deadly striker Victor Osimhen. And the fans are already out of their seats. The musicians are making the noise, and the players are celebrating. That is the ideal start for Nigeria. That's what the people wanted. And a very important goal, the through ball there coming from Samuel Chukwueze. Great touch inside the right post. And you can see that Janjinu couldn't really deal with where he was going to go. That's a fine strike indeed. And such an important goal. For a former CAF Player of the Year. Former Napoli man, now playing in Turkey. And hailed as a hero each time that he finds the back of the net, which is an often occurrence. Well, another through ball as they try and deal with that Benin defence. That is a fabulous start for Nigeria. Well, it was a shaky performance against Lesotho. They looked pretty comfortable, having scored the first goal through a penalty from William Troost-Ekong, but after that, they did get the second goal for Adam Zakour. It was the final 15 minutes that was concerning for Eric Schell and his men. That's great work from the big man Benjamin Frederick, another defender who's proving his worth. Just his fourth match for the 20-year-old who plays for FC Dender in Belgium, on loan from Brentford. And he's a graduate, in fact, from the Moses Simon Academy. And Moses Simon is on the pitch tonight, or this afternoon more so. Long ball going through, he's on the left-hand side, and we'll get to see him, I'm sure, throughout the some key moments in this clash against Benin. And the Group C scenario, and that's, well, Nigeria getting themselves with 17 points, of course, just ahead of Benin and ahead of South Africa, the ideal scenario, but of course there's so much more football to be played. Lovely, lovely touch there, nice slick work from Adam Zakour, and he's now found that man, Osimhen. There you go, 17, 17, 16. That's what we're looking at. South Africa hosting Rwanda. And Nigeria will be hoping that the Wasps of Rwanda will cause an upset against Bafana, but of course nothing is set in stone until the final whistles of these two clashes are blown by the referees. Little foul in the middle from Wilfred Ndidi. Got some big centre-backs with Cedric Untonji, 28 years of age, also plays in Turkey. Bandia Maspor, Mohamed Tijani, 6'3". South Africa have gone one ahead against Rwanda. Now that is going to shake things up big time, because a South African victory with a Nigerian victory would of course send South Africa through. Ideal scenario now for Bafana, and that's early goals. I think that this is going to be an afternoon laced in drama as we go back and forth between Nigeria and South Africa. Moses Simon with a little foul on Tamimu Uru, born in Cotonou. Currently without a club, played for Hatta Club and FC Gagra in Georgia. Tijani, Tonji, Uru goes on a little skip forward. South Africa, top of the pile. All of a sudden, it's just taken a few minutes for things to already be shaken up. Nigeria getting a little taste of what it's like to be at the top of the table, which has not happened over the matches over the course of the qualifying campaign because of the results that they've had. It's been a pretty dire campaign, to be honest with you. So the people of Nigeria find themselves in a very lucky situation, thinking, oh, well, maybe we are going to qualify. The docked 3 points by FIFA for South Africa for Teboho Mokoena playing in that 2-0 win over Lesotho. Just gave them a little bit of buoyancy. On the attack, they go through, and the through ball towards Mooney doesn't happen. Excellent work from just racing out to the left-hand side, Zedu Sanusi. There's 2 against 1, but it's excellent defensive work from Huntonji, the centre-back. It's been solid for Benin throughout the campaign. Zedu Sanusi, Porto left-back, played more than 80 matches for the Primeira Liga team, originally from Joga. There's a decent delivery over there, but just no header coming from the big man, Akor. Calvin Bassey just getting in the way to make sure that that goes out for a throw-in. Free kick for Benin. Ball coming over to the left-hand side, 10 minutes in. Victor Osimhen, the goal scorer after 3 minutes after that wonderful assist coming through the middle from Samuel Chukwueze. Another Fulham player, of course. It's like Alex Iwobi. Calvin Bassey. Helps when you've got players who you know how they play completely. There's a... Oh, it's just a little bit too far-fetched over the top there. And Kiki trying to get past his man. Benjamin Frederick winning the foul. He's been solid. Love the way that he's playing. Former Nigeria under-20s player. And he's just come through and getting himself a chance to shine on the big stage. How big are these moments for the 20-year-old? Just looks very calm, but so solid, just like a lot of the Nigerian players. Big units, fully capable of just holding fort. Victor Osimhen There's going to be a free kick. They're just going back a few meters here. Talente Mbata scoring the goal for South Africa, as we see Gernot Rohr, who's a Franco-German coach, plenty of experience across Africa, former Gabon coach, Niger as well, Burkina Faso, the Stallions of Burkina Faso, 5-year stint with Nigeria, who wasn't the man in charge when they went all the way to the final of the last edition of the CAF Africa Cup of Nations. Losing to the Côte d'Ivoire. Well, wonderful pass back. There's the shot coming in. It's a pretty tame effort there from Mooney. You just thought that maybe he would have drilled it low into the corner. But easily taken there by Stanley Nwabali, the Chipper United goalkeeper, who's come under a lot of pressure, especially after the last outing. The fans have been pretty hard on the South African-based goalkeeper. Performance coming under a lot of criticism. Great work. That's a good ball from Toussaint to the right side. It's drilled across, but easily dealt with by Bassi. Sanusi unable to control it just over on that left-hand side. You can see that there's a little bit of frustration there from Akor. Benin starting to settle down. You can see that they feel a lot more comfortable on the ball now. Is Kiki sending the ball forward. Firm challenge coming from Semi Ajayi. And the referee quick to respond. Understands that there was a firm challenge. You've got to keep your arms down. You've got to just, well, be as discreet as a central defender can be. Wasn't all plain sailing for Nigeria to get here back to Uyo. In fact, Benin arrived before Nigeria. Flight from Polokwane stopped for refueling in Luanda before they had to make a U-turn because of a cracked windscreen. There's the lofted ball over to the right-hand side. Challenge with the header. Good, strong aerial activity there just to clear the danger. Didi doing really well. Victor Osimhen. That's a good squared ball into the middle, picks up by the big man. Excellent ball over to the right-hand side. Not as excellent as we thought because it was just cut out there and Samuel Chukwueze couldn't get to it before the defender, Verdon. And Tonji. Janjanu. Perfectly cut out there by Frederick. Like the way that Benin play, they just don't look flustered. And they got players who like to run the lines. Here's excellent chance down here for Huntonji. Andreas this time. Plays for Sampaoli on loan from Burnley. Two interesting teams. Hamburg-based Sampaoli and Burnley, of course, Stanley Nwabali. The Benin fan is just behind Stanley Nwabali, the Nigerian goal. And Dodo Doku is the player who will send this towards Steve Mooney. 6'3", tall striker. And he'll try and get away from his man. Goes over the top. Nicely taken there by Nwabali. Bites this time, and the referee just wants everybody to move away from the goalkeeper. Always protected. After about 25 minutes. Oh, they've got to be careful here. This is where they look a little bit shaky. This time you can see that Nwabali kicks it away firmly. Alex Iwobi perfectly picks up here. Akor using that experience. That's a decent ball to just get the pass back to Semi Ajayi. Bassi moves it over to the left-hand side. Oh, that's an excellent running line there from Iwobi. Now they've got to get back because there's danger. Benin, no acceleration. David Kiki, former Steaua Bucharest player. Opportunity to get the ball out to the right-hand side. Benin swiftly accelerating and finding pockets of space. There's the delivery. It's gone way high and over the top. And then for a goal kick. Not ideal there from Ayagun Tosin, whose father is in fact Nigerian, mother from Benin, born in Lagos, so this is quite a special event for him. South Africa still leading Rwanda. By 1-0. This is actually pretty much, oh, there's a good opportunity. The ball's gone through. There's an offside call there on Victor Osimhen, who just ghosted in behind the last, the couple of defenders who were back there. Fans very happy that Victor Osimhen is bringing his A game to this clash. It's the right time. Hassan. This could work from Iwobi, just cutting out and getting in the way. Frederick back to Ajayi. Calvin Bassi. 20 minutes in. Osimhen with the only goal here at the moment. Nice touch, Alex Iwobi showing his class with a slick touch. Well, the attempted little touch there to Zedu Sanusi, just not coming off. And it's Benin on the attack, pushing forward down the right-hand side. Well, Doku dispossessed. No free kick. Fast moving, Chikwueze gets the ball down to the left-hand side. Alex Iwobi trying to get the ball across. Victor Osimhen, it's gone over his head. Has been picked up here by Akor. Gets it back to Chikwueze. Defenders back in position, high ball over the top. Victor Osimhen doesn't manage to steer his header towards Janjanu's goal. But a fine attacking move here for the Super Eagles. First of all, started over there on the left-hand side. Calvin Bassi, who was the player who began that run. And there's Chikwueze with the delivery to Osimhen. Strong defensive work there, just to prevent the front man from getting anywhere near that, in just getting in his way, basically. Pays the price and goes down for his sturdy defensive work that will be greatly appreciated by Gernot Rohr. Still down on the ground is Cedric Tonji. Yeah, great run from Calvin Bassi. cooling break. Hot temperatures in Uyo. And is Kiki getting some advice from Gernot Rohr, fluent French speaker, having spent so many years playing at Bordeaux. I think he was, down there for about 12, 13 years, in fact. Over 350 matches played as a defender. Luaro. Donji back up on his feet midway through the first half. 1 goal for Nigeria. No goals for Benin. As it stands, it's Benin who are not in a good position. Only managed to get their first win in on match day 3 with a 1-0 win over Rwanda. It's Doku, the Lechos player, born in Cotonou, scored the goal. And I think it was the 2-1 win against Nigeria with Dusu and Mooney scoring the 2 goals there that really kick-started their campaign. Ajayi with the header and the clearance. Collected in the midfield. Free kick going against Nigeria. Moses Simon. 2-2 draw with Zimbabwe away. They lost at home to South Africa. 1-0 win against Zimbabwe. That 4-0 win against Lesotho. And a 1-0 win away to Rwanda. Some fine results indeed. 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. But at the moment, behind against Nigeria. Free kick and a good situation here. Donji will take this. High ball into the penalty box. Comfortably taken there by Stanley Nwabali. Mohamed Tijani fronts up to Stanley Nwabali. Just to get in the way of Adam Akor. And the Sevilla man had been set up with the ideal pass from Samuel Chukwueze. And that's all it takes. When they click into gear, Nigeria have some fabulous football players on the field. When it works, they're unstoppable. But they're up against the team who've come into match day 10, the final round of action at the top of the pile in Group C. So they've got to be vigilant at the back because they're going to be applying a lot of pressure. They know that they win this game, they qualify for their first ever FIFA World Cup, and that in itself is just remarkable. With the 237 million people in Nigeria, it's a little bit different for Benin, 13 million. Well, that's a clearance kick from Samuel Chukwueze. South Africa have gone 2-0 up against Rwanda. So now they are in a very comfortable position now. And it just puts pressure on Benin, puts pressure on Nigeria. Nigeria can only try and win this game and just hope they get themselves into a good position to maybe finish in one of those best second place positions, which are their 4 places across all of the groups, the 9 groups. High ball from Kiki right over the top. Mooney bides his time, controls it calmly. Extra support there coming for Wuru. Going through the middle is Doku. He's got a wonderful set of skills as Doku. One of the first players that Gernot Rohr puts down on his team sheets, along with Cedric Hontonji. Goal difference will be better now for South Africa, as we can see, with those 18 points and 5-4-4 scenario. Good through ball, excellent chance here. Hontonji just getting his shot driven into the side netting. Andreas Hontonji, of course, the Sampaoli man, driving it and unable to get that goal, but Benin. Let's have a look at the pass that came from this Wuru, and that's Doku once again. Stanley Nwabali is a big guy. He's a big goalkeeper, of course, and that was driven with fine force. Little touch there from Nwabali, and the resulting corner from Doku. There's the header, it goes high over the top and safely away from the Nigerian goal. Osimhen Apollos with a 26th minute goal for South Africa. I'm sure the whole nation will be jumping with joy, because they know what the scoreline is here at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium in Uyo, and it favours South Africa at the moment. But Benin starting to look a lot more comfortable when they move up into the Nigeria half. Good passing, finding pockets of space, players all capable of scoring goals. Moses Simon trying to deal with Verdon. Picked up by Hassan, and long ball that doesn't get past Semi Ajayi. 30 minutes in, Osimhen with the goal that separates these two teams. Fourth goal for Osimhen in this qualifying campaign. One less than Steve Mooney, wearing the number 9 for Benin. When Gernot Rohr was asked about what he thought about coming back here and how they're going to deal with the hostile environment, he said the atmosphere can be hostile, but we'll try to be calm and serene on the pitch. And it will be our desire to play, get good possession of the ball. The game is based on good defence and quick counter-attack, and that's what we want to do in Uyo. And they're looking very calm. They've got an overlap here with a chance. It's out wide by Hontonji. It's a little bit too far there for Tamimu Wuru. And it runs over the line for a goal kick. Again, Toussaint, the Lorient player. Look at that, excellent ball there. But should have been a little bit, not hit as fiercely. There you go. Couldn't get that touch, could he, Wuru? And it had gone out of bounds. Fine strike following the back heel into his path. Header at the back from Bassi. Advantage being played. Well, the referee's going to come back for that. And he's in quite some pain, isn't he, Alex Iwobi? A lot of players that we get to see, they like to have their arms dangle a little bit just to make sure that they get past the player, and sometimes there's a little bit of contact in the face. Referees are responding to that. That was just a very firm challenge coming in from Dodo Doku. And he's not a player to go down easily, the Fulham midfielder. A little bit shaken on that occasion, but should be back on the pitch shortly. Ademola Lookman was suspended after picking up another yellow card in the victory over Lesotho. And Manu Arakudare just replaced by Adam Zakor, because we know that Adam Zakor, well, he proved that his worth on his debut in the last clash, where he managed to score that goal that gave them a 2-goal cushion. Very high ball. Oh, it's gone out of play. It's going to be a corner. Defensive header there coming from Wuru, just a little bit too high. Moses Simon will be happy to go and collect that. He's having a good season playing for Paris FC in Ligue 1 in France. Team that have changed stadiums for this, following their promotion into the top flight from the second division. Paris FC in the top 10, doing pretty well. He scored 10 goals for his country. This is an 85th appearance. Here he is, the former Canary of Nantes. Low, not ideal. Seydou Sanusi reads that very well. On the side as well, picking the ball up. Seydou Sanusi trying to get the right pass over. Gets it over. Oh, he just couldn't connect, Chikwueze. And the counter-attack is quick from Benin. And racing up is Sami Muworo on the other side this time. Andres Utonji loses possession. Benjamin Frederick, as smooth as can be. Long ball towards Zakor. Defensively astute is Mohamed Tijani. Spent 7 seasons playing for various teams in the Czech Republic. Top flight. Currently playing in Switzerland for Yverdon Sport. Chikwueze, he's a great delivery! Oh, that is perfectly placed for Victor Osimhen. Goal number 5 for the Nigerian frontman. But the delivery was sumptuous. Quality goal scoring. Samuel Chikwueze's cross from the right. Utter perfection and a brilliant finish. Nigeria moved 2-0 up against Benin. Started off with that throw-in by Frederick. Puts it on his left foot. Just look at that precision. And the bullet header into the corner. Away from Janjanu. It is straight out of the top drawer. the service provider, and the finish are the perfect operation for Nigeria, and the whole nation is bouncing. The trouble is, even with this scoreline here, with South Africa beating Rwanda, there's no automatic qualification. They will be in second spot, and that means that we'll have to take a look at those second place positions across the 9 groups. But Victor Osimhen, when he is on fire, you know that it's scorching hot out there, and as it stands, Nigeria, with this 2-0 scoreline against Benin, are the 4th best second place team, so they'll sneak in. But this could change, so bear with me. But they will be one of the 4 semi-finalists. And of course, lots of matches to take place, so we won't know until the end of the night on the final day of qualifying. And that means that you're going to have to keep glued to the action, because there's plenty more football to come and lots of different scenarios to take a look at, as we see Tamimu Wuru just getting a little bit of treatment. Victor Osimhen. Benin, can they hit back? Stalled a wonderful scoring opportunity for Nigeria. Look at the work there from Benjamin Frederick. The 20-year-old went on a very fine run, and just growing with maturity. Goes down, the ball gets knocked into his path. The first foul there from Hassan, and then afterwards, obviously you can see that it's Akor who's unable to carry on and pursue his threatening run. Moses Simon from the right side. Watch out for Osimhen once again. It comes right across. Oh my! Come on, hat-trick time! Victor Osimhen! The hat-trick hero. The delivery was top-notch from Moses Simon. He didn't have a chance, Marcel Janjanu. 2 headers, 3 goals. He is unstoppable. He loves to pounce on those kind of crosses, free kicks, anything that comes his way. He's dangerous. And despite the fact that he was being pulled back by Verdon, he manages to just lean into that, get a wonderful angle. And look at the goalkeeper. He doesn't have a chance. Fabulous. There you go, off the left post, flying right across. It was met with so much power. Adored by the entire nation, and celebrated here at the Godswill Patio International Stadium in Uyo. Rightfully so. The Galatasaray striker with a hat-trick. He's scored just as many goals tonight as he has done in the 9 previous matches that Nigeria have played in qualifying. But goals will be important when we get the calculators out at the end of the night to work out who has what and who will be going through. To the continental playoffs that will be taking place in November. There's a foul there. Wilfred Ndidi, the captain, just going down, and a Yellow card that's come out. Okay. No problem. Well, that's another good ball down the right-hand side. Osimhen, offside position. It comes back, great chance for Moses Simon! Oh, what a save that was coming from Janjanu. And he manages to get down and push it away somehow. The Paris FC player saw the ball fall right into his path. Following a touch from a defender. And tried to drill it past the Kruger United goalkeeper. It's a little touch there. First touch is great. Second low. Trying to sneak it into the left-hand corner. All came from good work from Akor. He hits it with some pace, but it's a good stop from the goalkeeper. Just listen to these fans. We haven't really heard them bring so much noise to get behind the Super Eagles in this campaign. Tonight is the night. And Nigeria looking for a fourth goal. There was a little bit of a scramble as the ball fell down, and finally it's the goalkeeper Janjanu who pounces on that. Yellow card for Semi Ajayi on that occasion. Just maybe a lunge towards the goalkeeper a little bit, so. Second time. And a little bit of appreciation there from Calvin Bassi to Stanley Nwabali. Imran Hassan, the Grasshoppers player, he's playing his 20th match for Benin. Scored a couple of goals as well. Love to get a goal here tonight against Eric Schell's men. Zudu Sanusi. Bassi back over to Ajayi. Ajayi out wide. Given away by Frederick. Does well to get in the way. There you go, fight for everything. 100%ers, that's what Eric Schell wants from these players. But I'm sure that Gernot Rohr would love to see his players react in the same way. It's never easy to come here to Uyo, but not everybody comes here and loses. Zaidu Sanusi wins the throw-in. Tamu Uwaro just getting in the way. Down the line it goes. Taken a little bit too far for Adam Zakor. I think the opening match for Nigeria was one that they will want to forget, and of course it was not ideal. That's a good through ball. Oh my word, Calvin Bassi, no foul. The referee's happy with the shoulder to shoulder, but I think anybody coming up against Calvin Bassi in a situation like that, they'll always play second fiddle. Hoygan Toussaint on the receiving end on that occasion. He's got square shoulders. He's a big, burly chap. There is no doubt about it. Time for changes. Benin making a double change. With Jildel Dosu coming on. And Romaric Amosu. And Dodo and Ayagun coming off. And a little bit of concern for Zaidou Sanusi as well. Good dangerous ball that's been delivered. How he didn't manage to get on the end of that, Steve Mooney, I really don't know. That was perfect ball, and it was behind the defence. It beaten the goalkeeper. It was whipped over there perfectly into his path. And Adosu, with his first play of since coming on, nearly offers the ideal scenario midway through the second half. Resulting corner coming in. It goes over, taken well by Nwabali. My oh my. He gets the ball out to Moses Simon. Will he take on his man? He's going to go down into the penalty box, gets the ball across. Oh, there's a whipping chance, the volley! They got the fourth goal! Brilliant stuff, that really was! And a fine strike indeed to offer them goal number 4. Frank Onyeka off the bench and a goal-scoring hero. And this is what it's all about. Eric Schallers masterminded the perfect changes, the tactical manoeuvres to bring on the right players. And how about that? Fabulous work from Nigeria. But the ball falls loose, the driving shot comes in, hit with so much pace and panache that it was never going to be stopped by Marcel Janjanu. We talk about the importance of goals sometimes. Well, let's just have a look at this again. Or Kadari working his magic, Moses Simon, top quality. And just look at this, down towards the byline, he gets pulled back. That first time shot is glorious, it really is. Bang, in it goes. There's your goal, there's your 4th goal. And thanks to this man here, the Paris FC winger, with his wily wizardry down that left side. Yeah, celebrations galore. And there he is, Frank Onyeka, goal number 4. And Nigeria on the cusp of securing one of the